All right, so they finally unveiled the 2024 Jeep Wrangler, and they've got a pretty decent update to the thing. I don't think they've changed the look of it very much, except for a pretty controversial grille update. But other than that, there are some seriously cool things that they're adding to the Jeep that I wanted to talk about. There's some things that I don't like and some things that I do, and let's get into those here. So one of the things they're adding to the Jeep this year is a factory available winch, which I think is standard on the Rubicon model. It happens to be a Warn winch, which I find Warn's got a great track record for reliability. I think it's a kind of a premium upgrade, and I'm pretty excited that that's what they chose to put on the Jeep Wrangler. I think it's an awesome add, and I know that a lot of brands, you have to seriously modify the front of the vehicle in order to accommodate a winch. I think you've got to replace, basically the whole front fascia of a Toyota, and I don't think that the Bronco can accommodate a winch very easily either. I think this was an easy win for Jeep, and I'm glad that they didn't choose a chintzy or cheap product. They're putting a nice winch on the front of it, and I think it's gonna go well for them. The next thing I'm kind of excited for is a 4xe power port. Now, I haven't seen any photos of this. Maybe you can share them in the comments below. But from what I understand, you can plug in like a 4 or 5 port power outlet source into the Jeep 4xe battery and power some camping equipment, different things off of it. And it's got an actual pretty high capacity, and I think it'd be kind of cool to use the max regen mode and the battery save mode to kind of charge up your battery before camp, and you could probably use a rather low percentage of the battery to power some of your equipment. I don't really know the math behind it, how much power you would need to run, say, I don't know, a couple of lights, some cooking equipment, but it could be kind of cool on the trail, and I'd like to see what it can do. One of the big ones a lot of people are excited for is the new 12.3-inch radio with the Uconnect 5 and wireless CarPlay. I'm all for a big touchscreen, but I'm so glad that they kept the redundant buttons still there in the Jeep, like the heated seats and all the air conditioning controls and the power windows. I've seen a lot of vehicles lately go to where everything is through the touchscreen, and I think it's gonna be awesome to have those buttons still there, the large touchscreen display for all your navigation, and I know that Jeep's coming out with an app that has like the trail guidance on it. I think that's really cool, and I'm be happy to see it. If you're enjoying this video or like this information, please feel free to like or subscribe. I enjoy talking about Jeeps, off-road, overland, gear, garage stuff. Next thing up is the 35-inch tires on the Rubicon 392. That's pretty cool. It just comes standard with that size tire. The only thing I don't like about the 392 in the 2024 model year is it only comes in the red leather seats from what I can see. And I think that's cool on some colors. Jeep was showing off an Earl Grey Wrangler with the red seat. I think that combo is pretty sweet, but I'm not for maybe like the green or the silver and red. It just doesn't do it for me. But so I'd like to see them come out with some more interior options. Right now the red is definitely cool on some colors. I just want more options. I also noticed, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't look like you can get a color hardtop on a Rubicon without going to the X package. The X package is a new package where it basically adds just about everything to the Jeep Wrangler. Steel bumpers, the winch, I think it's standard on a Rubicon. But you get some other really cool stuff there. While you do get some pretty neat stuff in that package, I would still like to see a more basic Rubicon available with a color hardtop. I've always kind of liked that option on my Jeeps in the past. The final thing I wanted to talk about in this video is the new Willys package. I think this thing is great for Jeep, and you can tell how the Bronco is kind of shaping the Jeep packages and vice versa. On the Willys now you get the auxiliary import switches, you get LED lights, you get the 12.3-inch touchscreen on all the trim levels. There's a lot of value there. And then finally, the standard rear locker. That's huge, guys. You can get a Willys package now, which is significantly lower priced than a Rubicon. Have your locker, have the auxiliary switches, you can just about everything. The only thing you'd really have to do is maybe replace bumpers and throw a winch on there if you wanted to. But this would be a very, very capable Jeep right out of the box, and for a lower price. Anyway, this was a quick video, but I wanted to go over what I'm excited for with the new Jeep. I'm stoked about this kind of off-road arms race that I think is happening between, say, Bronco, Toyota, which the new Tacoma is set to be revealed pretty soon, I believe, and the Jeep Wrangler. I'm also excited to see what this means for the Jeep Gladiator in the future. A lot of these updates would fit right into the Gladiator, no problem. And I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with that truck. I think it's due for an update, and I've always liked the Gladiator as well. I can't wait to see what they do next. Anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more Jeep off-road content.